And good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of The Way I See It. I'm Ralph Williams. It's great to be here today. It's super duper day today to be here, and I'm glad that everyone is here as well today as we are live on YouTube as we are ready to prepare ourselves for another broadcast. So, coming up, you can be involved in the chat. All you have to do is, as you're tuning in here, comment section, and put your comments in as to how you feel about today's program. And we have a lot to talk about, as we do always here on The Way I See It podcast, Friday edition, right here on YouTube, live, right here on my Facebook or on my YouTube channel, as we are here today. All right, first we're going to talk about, and I have a new segment here that I'm going to call, or I'm going to put out here. And I started it last night on The Way I See It TV version on PCTV channel 21, Comcast 47, Verizon Cable. The Way I See It is on a rotating basis on PCTV. But tonight we're going to start a segment, a brand new segment here that's going to be called, and I want you, what do you think of? I want you to think about this, okay? And I want you to think about what I'm going to tell you right now, okay? Because I know there are some of you out there who do this stuff, all right? Okay? And I want you to do some serious thinking. And the thinking is, how would you like it if this happened to you? All right? Now, people do things and they don't care about how they do it. And they don't know about the cause of their actions. They do actions before they think. All right. So I'm giving the name of the segment is Give You Something to Think About. And I want you to think about this today. All right. And the reason I want you to think about what I'm saying is because I want you to think long and hard. Because, see, this stuff has happened to me. All right. And what has happened to me is that my fiance, Rhonda, got assaulted in this building. Okay. This happened June of last year. All right. Now, next, I got packages stolen in this building. All right. So, I want to put you in my shoes. How would you like it if I did it to you? What would you do? Okay. Now, I've had to hop through and jump through a whole bunch of hoops on the situation with Rhonda. Okay. Now, this time, when I got my packages stolen, I didn't have to go through that much hoops because their housing is finding out that I'm not here playing games. All right. And I refuse to play any kind of games. Okay. So now they're doing out of this world stuff to make sure that I'm happy now because I have a card in my back pocket. And it's a card that they don't want me to play in this poker game. All right. So if you are this type of person, and I know there are a lot of you out there that might be, maybe I hit the hammer on the head today. Maybe I'm telling you exactly what you don't want to hear. And that is that maybe you've stolen from somebody or you took something from somebody and never thought to think, what would happen if it happened to you? Think about that once. How would you like it if I stole from you? How would you like it if I assaulted your girlfriend or your fiance or wife? Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm giving you something to think about. And to post your comments here in the comments section. I will read them off as they come in. I have a life story today that I want to talk about. And every now and again, I'll talk about something that has happened in my life story. And that what that means is I might have been out and about today, or might have had something that happened to me either today, yesterday, last week, or a month ago. Those two things that I told you that I gave you to think about ha- happened to me for real. I got a package stolen, and I'm found on charges, and I'm taking the tenant in this building who stole them to court. The woman who assaulted my fiance in the laundry area back in June is also into court. The only difference is this is a little more easier of a perspective than her case. My case is as soon as they find out that, being that they have the evidence, find out that this woman's guilty of doing this, she's immediately evicted. I've had to go through some hoops to get this other woman out of the building for assaulting my fiance, Rhonda. But what would happen if that happened to you? Are you one of them people who go into a store and steal candy bars or take something that doesn't belong to you in a store? How would you like it if you had a business and somebody walked in and stole from you? Okay? That's the point I'm trying to make with this. That's why on every The Way I See It show, I'm going to give you something to think about. What if the tables were turned? What if it happened to you? Okay? What would you do about it? You know exactly what I just told you I would do about it. I'd prosecute you to the full extent of the law and waste and sleep well at night knowing it. Okay? The interesting part about both of these scenarios are it's in the lease. And the woman who assaulted my fiance, Rhonda, doesn't even live in this building. Some tenant let her in. She was visiting this tenant. All right. And then going ahead and doing laundry in here when she wasn't supposed to be. That's an immediate eviction by the tenant. But no, housing didn't see to do it that way. They wanted to play games with me. I don't play games. I don't have time for games. So I'm giving you something to think about. And if you watched The Way I See It on Facebook Live yesterday, live from PCTV Studios and on the north side of the city of Pittsburgh, you would you saw, or if you get on their Facebook page, you could see the replay of the show, The Way I See It, which is what you're watching now here on YouTube. I had a similar thing yesterday because this is a new segment and I choose to begin it yesterday. I'm going to give you every week something to think about. Okay. And it's going to be something like this. All right. And I'm going to have a scenario where somebody did something wrong. And I'm going to say, how would you like it if that happened to you? Because there are people out there who watch my program or programs, because I have a few different shows, listen to my shows that do these things. And that's all well and good. That's your business. You do what you want. You live your life the way you want to. We're allowed to in this country, pretty much. Okay? But out of sense of decency and courtesy and all that stuff, you might consider yourself to say to yourself, and that is, I don't know if I'd want that to happen to me. So the next time you do it, you think about what I just said. I'm giving you something to think about tonight. Okay, next we're going to have my life experience before we get into tonight's the way I see it, the actual topics. I have a lot to talk about tonight, including some interesting information regards to Todd Joseph of Conneaut Lake Park. And as you know, I sort of, as they say, been picking on him from what I'm hearing from his friends and his um his side of things. And of course, people, they're going to take sides. Excuse me, I have to adjust myself here and there because in case you don't know, I'm handicapped, and it's sometimes it's hard for me to sit in one spot. I have to kind of move around a little bit. All right, so anyway, Todd Joseph owns Conneaut Lake Park. But before we get into that, based on the fact that I've blasted him many times on my show here, and I don't do blast on the Friday program. All right, this is 1 hour. I only do it on a half-hour shows, which is on TV and on Facebook. Oh, by the way, the Facebook show this Sunday has been postponed because I have prior obligations on Sunday and will not be able to do the shows. All right. So you'll have to wait till the following Sunday. Those of you who are on Facebook and don't choose to get on YouTube here on Friday and watch this, I might like a segment or two of different things because on those shows I do, like, I don't do Chinese wisdom here and I don't do blasts here, but I do them on the TV show and I do it on the Facebook show on Sunday. All right. All right. Next, every now and again, I'll come up with experience. Well, last night I had a life experience. I was coming home from the studio last night because I record the way I see it. It was live on Facebook, and then I record it, and then it's put out on a rotating basis on the TV station. And then I do a live call in every first Thursday of the month. Last month's was canceled because of bad weather. But I made it up on Monday with the Year in Sports Review. That was a great show. You get an opportunity, get on PCTV's Facebook page and watch it. It'll be coming up on Saturday with on my time slot at 5 p.m. and or Steel City Sports World's time slot at 6, because we have a big smorgasbord buffet full of sports for you every single Saturday on PCTV channel 21 Comcast, 47 Verizon, and PCTV's Facebook page. Roku TV, Fire Stick, and Apple TV as well. You can watch PCTV. And we did a show Monday night. It was a recorded show, or a live show. And because this was my February live call-in, so we all decided to get together. Myself, Luther Dupree, Smoking Jim Frazier, who happens to be one of my co-hosts on Sports Corner, which we did last night, and Claudia Rosano. The three of them guys are also on Steel City Sports World and the Boxing Authorities. Alan Levine, the Talking Machine, was part of this program as well, or this show as well, on Monday as well. So it was called the Year in Sports Review Spectacular. And Alan Levine, the Talking Machine, is from Bethel Park TV. He has a show that actually called Al Levine, the Talking Machine Show. He also does a cooking show there called The Speedy Gourmet. And then he also has every Tuesday night at 7 p.m., along with, again, Smoking Jim Frazier. All right. He has a show called the Pittsburgh Sports Line every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Bethel Park TV. All right. Later on, I will be telling you where you can find my shows. I have some different types of shows. This one being one of them, and I also have a sports show called Sports Corner. And every other Thursday, Mark Mancini and I, on Blog Talk Radio, national telecast of the Black and Gold Pittsburgh show, sports show. And also we do a show twice a month called Wrestle Talk, which is on at the same time. We did it last night. Next week we'll do sports. The following week it's back to Wrestle Talk. So do you see what I'm trying to say right now? Excuse me for a moment. There's something in my eye again. Wow. We have to do it this way right now until we can find a spot. But I was coming back from the TV station last night, And my fiance and I, we decided we're going to stop at Subway. Now, the Subway on the north side there near the studio has a drive-through, so that's convenient for me because I'm handicapped, and it's convenient for my fiance because she's partially handicapped. And so, therefore, we uh, decided to, stop there and get some sandwiches, and we had some coupons. And the interesting part about all this is that not only do we have coupons, so we pull up, and I said, "Look, I have coupons, three foot long subs for 17.99. That's not a bad deal, not at Subway at least." So the woman gets real nasty with me. We don't take coupons. We don't take any kind of coupons. I said, but it says Subway on here, and I'm at a Subway. Oh, again, we don't take coupons. And her voice is getting worse, like I'm irritating her, or agitating her, or doing whatever, and it just continues to go on. So she said, "Do you want the food or not?" And I said, "Well, all right, fine, I'll pay for it." Okay. What we ordered cost us $34. Food has gone up. All right. You literally now have to take out a loan. And I say that all the time because it's the truth. I was over the bank today, and I said to everybody in here, because they had a big sign up telling you that you can get a loan here and what the cost of the loan was going to be. It was $400,000. I said, you might as well take out a loan today because everything you buy now, you have to take out a loan. Why? Because of COVID. Because of Ukraine. Last week, I spoke about that. And it sticks in my craw that everybody in this country has to do that. But we're going to get back to that in a moment. So I get up to the window and I said, "Do you see this here? Here's the sheet with all the coupons on it." "Oh, but we don't take coupons. We're privately owned." "Oh, really?" "Well, okay. I know somebody who has stock in McDonald's." Okay. So, when I come on my shows, I always want to make sure I have my facts straight. So I was going to call corporate office of Subway today to see if they can clarify with me in regards to what privately owned Subways can do and what they can't do. Okay. Because I know this from a family that I know that has uh, McDonald's stock, that if you own a McDonald's, you have to follow protocol of McDonald's, or you might as well forget about even opening up this McDonald's. All right. So the way I see it tonight is, well, I didn't call Subway today because I had other things to do. Okay. And I really didn't have the time to really call corporate office and be on hold. Okay. Because nowadays, we can't get anybody to answer the phone. You know exactly what I'm talking about because I've been preaching it forever about laziness and no one wants to work and all that. Okay, you know that. You all, I have been saying nothing but the same thing about this whole thing before. All right, how nobody wants to work, and it's the truth. I'm not telling you a lie. You got Target now paying 20 some dollars an hour now. That's how desperate they are for workers. Okay. You got people out here laughing because they get to resign, or the great resignation. We talked about that a few shows back. All right. So rather than on a Friday, you know how that is. They, of course, they all want to go home early. It's Friday. They want to get their weekend started and need to make sure they get out and get some booze and drinks and party and do whatever they do on weekends. Okay. So naturally, I would wait on hold for 6 years, and I don't have 6 years to wait on hold. All right. So I didn't bother today to call Subway's corporate office. I will call them another time when it's a little less, a little slower than normal, or a little less hectic than normal for my schedule at this point in time. All right. And the reason why this show is on at 4 o'clock, I normally have a show on Fridays at 7, but I have been taking editing classes at the studio where I do my shows, my TV shows. And it's Fridays at 6 o'clock. Well, tonight is the last Friday. So next Friday, this program goes back to 7 o'clock p.m. right here live on YouTube. The way I see it. I am Ralph Williams. This is the way I see it. And tonight, I have a lot to talk about, as I mentioned earlier. All right. A new segment that we just went over. All right. I'm giving you every week something to think about. And I really want you to think and think hard about what I said earlier. I'm not going to say it again because I said it earlier. All right. You can comment in the comment section here. I appreciate your comments and your words of encouragement. Or maybe you don't like my show. Maybe you're mad at me because I'm telling the truth here. Okay? Maybe you don't like my personality. Maybe you don't like the way I conduct myself. Well, that's too bad. Maybe you don't like the fact that I wore a striped shirt today. Well, you know something? When I'm done with the show today, I have to leave to go to the studio for my editing class. That's why I'm in the clothes I'm wearing to go there rather than change my shirts all the way around. That's why I'm in the shirt I'm in. Because normally I usually like to dress pretty decent, at least have a decent shirt on that's solid color on these things. But today I decided to wear this to go to my editing training at the studio. Okay. So that life story I just told you about Subway happened yesterday. All right. Now I was out today again, and my life story is I went to go pick up my diabetic shoes. The only appointment I could get was at 8:30 in the morning, so I took it. Originally, it was supposed to be on Monday. They moved it to today. How do you like that one? And fortunately for me, I was able to come through and be able to get, my shoes the way I want them, which is great, tremendous. All right. All right, let's get into some I want to talk a little bit about Conneaut Lake Park. There was an article that I read today, and I'm trying to get the gentleman on the phone with me or on the podcast here. All right. When I can get him, I will tell you who he is and what it is. Just watch my Facebook page. But I read this article today, and it was about Conneaut Lake Park and Todd Joseph and what he's been doing. Now, I figure I'd take us one step further here. All right. Rather than go through this kid, nothing that I have anything against his newspaper. I just didn't feel like waiting to see what he was going to do. And of course, he still hasn't returned my emails. And I don't have a phone number, so I can't call him. So at least I can't accuse him of not returning my phone call because he hasn't returned my email. And I'm quite frustrated, but that's beside the point. And I know it's last minute for him to try to come on today. All right. So what I did was I read the article and I liked it. So I decided to go one step further. I called the township called Sadsbury Township. It's in Crawford County, and that's the township that supposedly all of Conneaut Lake Park is in. But guess what? That's not true. Not true at all. It's really not. Why? Because I called there and I asked to speak to somebody that would be willing to talk to the media, which is me. I'm the media. Whether anybody likes it or not, I'm the media. Okay? All right. So I called them up, Salisbury Township. I talked to a very nice lady on the phone. Her name was Rose. Rose said to me, "We do have a portion of Conneaut Lake Park, but the part that we have is from uh the hotel there down on the other side of the main road that goes outward past the Blue Streak and past the hotel." All right. She said the rest of it is Summit Township. So Rose was very nice. We had a nice little conversation. And she was telling me about how the great things that Todd Joseph's going to do for the park and all this and whatnot, right? I mean, I wasn't going to argue with the lady on the phone because I was trying to get some information. And the last thing you want to do is upset the stew pot, as they say. Okay. Put your comments in here in the comment section right here. Feel free to comment. Okay. Don't worry. I'm not going to come in the screen and bite you. It's not going to happen. But what I'm saying is to you that this Rose was a very nice lady. We had a conversation about Todd Joseph, who owns Conneaut Lake Park and his company, Keldon Holdings. All right. Well, it turns out that Todd Joseph is in some deep doo doo. First of all, he tore down the Blue Streak without getting a permit for demolition. Then he went ahead and he tore down the Blue Streak, which happens to be a historic landmark. So, Todd, the thing that really bothers me is you live in Philadelphia or are from Philadelphia or wherever it is that you're residing these days, which I don't care either. But you should know what Pennsylvania laws are since you live in Pennsylvania. I mean, I could see if you were from Hawaii, Alaska, somewhere like that. Okay. But you should know the laws, especially you're in real estate. And then I get these guys. That's his business. He can do whatever he wants with it. Okay, that's fine. But you don't tear down an amusement park that's been there for so many years and then try to tell somebody and come out and lie and say, well, the park is closed because this is broken and that's broken and that or phone can't be fixed. It can't be nothing done at all. Boom, goodbye. Okay. So there you are, folks. There it is. All right. So I come to find this out, and I didn't realize this at all, that there were a couple networks lurking around. All right. Lurking around, uh, around the park trying to get some information. Erie News Now and the Meadville paper. Okay. Erie News Now is Erie's TV station. So I call Summit Township and I said, can I get somebody to speak with me on the phone? I'm so and so from so and so. And, I was nice to him on the phone. And you know what he does? He just goes, no, I can't help you. Sorry. I mean, just like really rude, really ignorant. Okay. From Summit Township, I wanted to talk about Conneaut Lake Park. So tell me something. Do you folks in Conneaut think I'm some kind of a fool or a sucker? Okay. Now here we are again. I sometimes get myself into things maybe I shouldn't have, or go after causes I should stay away from. Like I try to help the restaurants during COVID, not an ounce of thanks. No, hey, thanks, Ralph. Thanks for getting on the air. Thanks for at least trying to help us. Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Well, we live in a nothing society anyway. So I might as well just say, okay, fine, here we go. Nothing. All right. So now here we are, Conneaut Lake Park, Todd Joseph. Everybody's crying about, I can't take my little Johnny. I can't take him to Conneaut Lake Park because the rides aren't there anymore. Todd Joseph tore this up. I supported you, and not one ounce of thanks from people, Conneaut. Lake Park. None. I'm not talking about the park ownership themselves. I'm talking about the people who live out there. Oh, I know what you're saying. Who told you to support us? Okay, fine. But at least have the decency to say thank you. Once again, here we are. No, thank you. Okay, here we are. And I don't get any kind of a thank you at all. That's sad, but that's the way it is. So now I'm trying to find, I have to find out from somebody else or read this article from the Post Gazette that keeps on hounding me for money for for their digital versions, which I keep on not paying because I paid for it for the whole year and they're trying to tell me I didn't. That's fine. You want to play games too? That's fine. I don't need the Post Gazette and I don't need to read it. So there you are, folks. There it is. The boneheaded move of the night. Todd Joseph trying to tear down Conneaut Lake Park, trying to make it into something that it's never ever going to be other than Conneaut Lake Park. It's in the trust, it's in the deed, it's in everything that he has. It's in the bankruptcy agreement. And here we are fighting with this guy. All right. The worst move in the world. You buy an amusement park, you lie to everybody in Conneaut. But again, the people in Conneaut obviously don't appreciate it because I can't get anybody on here from Conneaut to speak about this. What happened to, oh, Todd Joseph's taking away our park? I was there. I met my wife there 40 years ago. Well, what happened to, oh, okay, Todd Joseph's tearing down the Blue Streak. Where was all these roller coaster people? And well, of course, the Landmark Historical Society. But again, no one else a thanks. Thank you, Ralph, for at least supporting us. I got this with the restaurants. Now the people of Conneaut. And I can't get anybody on to talk about the situation. Okay. I bet their lawyer comes in, he walks into the office strutting away, and he's probably like, oh, well, everything's all well and dandy. No, it's not. When it comes to the NFL, it's not real dandy. When it comes to anybody that wants to make any kind of money, it's not so dandy. Todd Joseph's only there to make his money, and that's it. Forget about families. Forget about everything else. Forget about the memories. Forget about the fact that the Blue Streak's a historic landmark. Forget this, forget that, forget this. That's Todd Joseph. Okay. All right. But the good news is the court system over there in Conneaut is not letting him get away with this, which is great. But what's sad about this whole thing is, oh, they protested about the Blue Streak being torn down. Todd Joseph had these people removed with the help of the state police, of course. All right. Unbelievable. Again, another thing I do somebody for and not announce a thanks. You would think the township would support me on this. At least let me interview somebody that can tell me what the opinion is in the township about this. And I can imagine what it is. Because some of those people relied on jobs. They met their wife or their girlfriend there or whatever. Okay. That's a shame. It's sad. It really is. So I'm done with Conneaut Lake Park. That ship is about to sail. Once again, put your little thank you people on there too, because you know why? They never were thankful. Okay. The hired help wasn't thankful at all. I think that's a shame and a mess. That's the way I see it with Todd Joseph tonight. Next, driving through the Squirrel Hill tunnels and the Fort Pitt tunnels. Why does everybody move so slow? So slow through the tunnels. There's no light there for you to stop, except for the tunnel. If it says stop, stop. I understand. But when the light's green and we're stopped at the tunnel, it's a little bit of a problem, don't you think? So why would you? Now, here's the thing that really bothers me. You'll go under 55 or whatever the speed limit is to go through the tunnels. You'll go way under it by going 5 mile an hour or whatever it is speed that you function on or you want to travel on or whatever. All right. So you go ahead and you do that. But instead of doing the 655, 65 or whatever the speed limit is through the tunnel, you decide you're going to move like a turtle. All right. And turtle people don't last. But guess what? This is Turtle Town. Because why do you go through the Fort Pitt Tunnel or the Squirrel Hill Tunnel or any tunnel vividly slow when it's supposed to be 55, 60 miles an hour? And it's not. And that's sad as well. All right. I'm Ralph Williams. Just the way I see it. We're live here on YouTube. Don't forget to post your comments here in the comment section. All right, Erie Airport. Erie Airport is receiving a grant for $400,000. $400,000. Read my lips, $1,000. Okay, to start a route from Erie to Orlando. All right. So with that, it's about time. I've said something months ago to them that they have a nice, clean airport, just not a lot of options. They need to get more. And you know what's sad? That's Tom Ridge Airport there. Why doesn't Tom Ridge get on this commission and say, "Hey, look, my town that I grew up in Erie is this is what this and this is what's going on." And you know, Mark Mancini needs it for recording, and all I get is, uh, "Well, we don't have enough," which of course is true. Most people, most I say that is, will attend a flea market. I have, I like them, and the rest of them will not. All right, that's the way I see it tonight with that. Gas prices going up and going up and going up. Why? Because of Ukraine. Because of COVID. Aren't you tired of this? Well, then do something about it. See, nobody does anything. That's what the whole problem is here. No one does anything at all with anything. None whatsoever. And it's terrible. It's really bad that we just sit there and let things go on as they may. No fighting nobody no more. That's why we live in a nothing city and a nothing society. Because that's exactly what it is, nothing. Because there is nothing. All right, we're back here at the way I see it real quick here. Swickley Academy. Let's talk about that next. Don't you know Swickley Academy? Here's an interesting thing about Swickley Academy. Okay. And what I'm upset with them about is the administration. They will not listen to the students and the parents. I know what you're going to say. It's the principal's discretion that he's allowed to fire an employee in front of people, kick parents and students out, and threaten to call the police. Why would you do that? The principal at Swickley Academy. He says he feels threatened. You feel threatened. All these parents were trying to do with these teachers was to try to tell you that some of these things don't work here that you're implementing at the school. How hard is that to understand? Oh, you're like the rest of this country. You only have selective hearing. So you're not listening, you're not hearing, you're not watching anything that any of this entity is doing, whether it's teaching, bringing your kids to school, or to parents. All right. And now that everything's gotten back together because of COVID. All right. Dr. Deborah Bogan says we're turning the corner. All right. We're turning the corner. All right. Nobody still wants to go out and work. So I don't know what corner we're turning. All right. Inflation's still the same way. Gas prices are still going up because of COVID, because of Ukraine. We're the biggest importers of gas or exporters of fuel, and we pay the most money. That is sad. Yes, it is. Very sad. All right. What's wrong with you, Swickley Academy? Why? Why in the world would you fire a teacher? Because the teacher came in with the parents and the students, and they came in and they decided that they were going to have this walkout, but they negotiated. They walk in and they all get kicked out and told, well, but all of them were told, I'm calling the police. I would have said, go call them. Go ahead. What? There's and it's in the Constitution. Okay. Let me ask you something with the administration of Swickley Academy. What would happen if I did that to you? Think about it. I'm giving you something to think about tonight. Swickley Academy. Let's say I kicked you out of the school and fired you. You know, you didn't think about that teacher's family, did you? You didn't think about the parents who some of them have had their kids there forever in 6 years. And you don't even care. You have the guy thrown out of the building. You know what? This smells funny to me. I don't like it. Swickley Academy, what is wrong with you? Explain that to me. Why in the world is this going on like this? That's because you chose to make it like this. Oh, it's my school. I get to run it the way I want. What? You can't take 5 minutes and listen to what they had to say. So what if the teacher was involved? That's the teacher's business. The teacher wanted to be involved because he felt something he believed in or they believed in. You can't fire somebody for that. Fire them. Fire the teacher. Swickley Academy, what's wrong with you? It's the way I see it tonight, folks. Subway, eat fresh. But you go there and you can't use a coupon. And then they say, well, it's privately owned. So are the rest of them, and they take their coupons. That's okay. I'll just get a free sub out of it, and I really don't care. All right. Just have the tool or the material together to make my subs. That's all. I don't care what you do. And it's sad because I shouldn't have to think that way. We have the alpha thinker, the principal of Swickley Academy. He's the alpha thinker, the ultimate thinker. He thinks that firing an employee in front of a whole bunch of people and telling parents and students where to go because of this t-shirt drive. Well, it's not going to stop because I plan on being involved. That's right. It's called the power of the media right here. And I'll put it out there, and I don't care what you think, what the people of Swickley Academy think, what the people from before us in Swickley Academy think. I don't care what you think. I really don't. And that tonight or today is the way I see it. That's the way that I put it to my team last night. Says a coach, says anybody. But the team wasn't there. Wasn't there at all for Milkers. Wasn't there at all. None whatsoever. Okay? Not at all. You weren't there for your parents who pay a lot of money, Swickley Academy, who have been doing it for many years so that their kid can get an education. But you ignore them and fire an employee on top of that. Now, what about these kids? What does that teach? That we're supposed to only follow the rules of what you say? No one else is allowed to go and do and free of anything? What are you we're running a Nazi Germany camp? If I'm somebody that gets assaulted or gets insulted, well, not assaulted, but insulted like that by Swickley Academy, I'd pull my kid out. All right, some announcements for you before we wrap up. Don't forget to tune in uh, on Tuesdays here on YouTube for the Sports Corner show with me, Ralph Williams. I'm working on some guests, so just work with me here. I'm working on some guests, and we'll have those on Friday, 4 p.m. or the next Friday, 7 p.m. right here on YouTube is the Way I See It podcast. And then on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. in the afternoon, we do Mauler Talk. We talk Pittsburgh Maulers. All right. Different things going on in the USFL and the Maulers. So I call it Mauler Talk. All right. Thursday night, 8 p.m. Take this phone number down, 347-205-9631. That's the studio line to call to be involved if you want to be involved in Steel Black and Gold Sports Show with me and Mark Mancini from Los Angeles, California, and we're on Blog Talk Radio. You know, there's a lady that does this on the recording. Blog Talk Radio. I love it. Don't you? I'm national now. Sundays, 9 p.m. Sports Corner, 9:30. The Way I See It. This Sunday we're not having it because I have prior obligations. So no Sports Corner. No, The Way I See It. Don't have people I have people call me up, text me, get me on my email saying, "Well, you didn't. Where were you on Sunday?" Well, I was busy. I don't have the time to really on Sunday to be chasing after everybody for everything. Come on, no comments today. Wow, that's a shame. Had a bunch yesterday. None today though. But anyway, it's been an interesting show here today. We talked about a lot of things. All right. But I want you to think, and I'm going to every week give you something to think about. Okay. I'm going to really give you something to really think about. All right. Oh, yeah. Here's another thing, a life story. The other day, I'm here in my apartment, and it's what, 5, 6 at night, something like that. Boom, 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 boom. I get a knock on the door. And it's the maintenance man coming up to put my light bulb in that I called 2 months ago. 2 months ago, I called maintenance to come up and put a light bulb in because I can't, reach in there to get the light bulb out. And it was a special light bulb. All right. See, for some strange reason here, the toilets are something special. You got to go out and get some special gadget for them. So maintenance has to fix them. I can't fix it. Or if I knew someone that could, they can't. And I think they do that on purpose because they don't want nobody touching it. So for light bulbs, it's a special light bulb that has to go in there. It's not the regular size light bulb or the regular kind of light bulbs. So here we are. I called 2 months ago, and then all of a sudden this guy tap, 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 knocks on my door. Boom, 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 boom. And there we are. Okay. He comes up, he wants to put the light bulb in, but it's too bad. It's already been put in. Maintenance was here already. What's that go to show you about housing? Okay, here. What's that go to show you? Nobody communicates. Nobody talks to nobody down there. Nobody calls nobody. No, because we all hate each other. We're all nothing people anymore. Nobody's willing to go the extra mile. Like I said on my show yesterday about 911 dispatchers, I blasted them. They went to go on. They want to go on some retired police, paramedics, fire, whoever. Let's get them in there, and that's somebody who was once that might want an opportunity to make a little extra money. All right. So there we are. Your comments are welcome here. Don't forget about 5 p.m. every Saturday, PCTV channel 21, Comcast 47, Verizon, Roku TV, Fire Stick, Apple TV, PCTV's Facebook page as well. Sports Corner. It's part of our smorgasbord of sports on Saturday. 6 p.m. the Steel City Sports World, 4 and 7. 4 and 7, the Boxing Authorities. Shows with Claudio Rosano, Luther Dupree, and Smokin' Jim Frazier. Okay. All right. Also, Tuesday night right here on YouTube, Sports Corner Live. Also Friday night now, it's going to be Friday night now, 7 p.m. This program right here, The Way I See It. Wednesday afternoon, 4 p.m. here on YouTube, Mauler Talk. We talk Pittsburgh Mauler and USFL information. All right. Saturday. I'm sorry, Saturday. Once again, the Sports Smorgasbord. 4 p.m. the Boxing Authorities. 5 p.m. Sports Corner. 6 p.m. Steel City Sports World. 7 p.m. another episode of the Boxing Authorities. Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Phone number 647-205-6931. And guess what? That's the number you need to call so you can listen to my Black and Gold sports show with Mark Mancini. We're National Blog Talk Radio. This has been another edition of The Way I See It. I want to thank you for tuning in today to the program. I want to say, have yourself a great weekend and be safe.